kind of had a hard time working today, motivating myself to get in the studio and do some things, and uh, and it kind of like, and I'm talking to myself and I'm thinking, man, that's just crazy. Uh, and I said, how do I get out of this? How do I get in there and do it? And then I got to thinking, I go like over 55,000 people heard me sing just last week alone. And and I started thinking, in all the years that I was performing when I was younger, from high school to the little stretch I had in college and then after college, I had never been performing in front of any crowd more than, I would say, probably about, I don't know, 2 or 3 thousand people at the fairground when I played guitar and sung backup for Big Joe Wade, the blues singer, when we opened up for Marvin Cease. There was probably, I don't know. I don't know the numbers. There could have been 2 or 3 thousand people in the crowd. And then the next largest crowd was probably when I used to play in casinos with the spotlights, and I led a couple of songs in that group. I led two Rick James songs because I was bored out of my mind with with the songs they were singing. And and I led Super Freak and Brick House by Rick James, who, by the way, was like, when I was a kid, was like my favorite singer when I was a kid. So anyway, I started thinking about that, and I started thinking about over 55,000 people heard me sing last week. And I go like, you know, I'm not gonna let them down, because I don't think they're gonna let me down. I think people are gonna continue to listen. So I did that, and that was part of the motivation. And I got to thinking about other stuff and all the things that and the kind of person I've been throughout the years, owning businesses and even being an athlete in high school and college and stuff like that, and keeping yourself motivated. And I got to thinking about that one thing that people don't know about me, that probably separates me from so many basketball players you've ever heard of. And the thing is, I only missed one free throw from the 10th grade to my senior year. I missed one free throw. And I got fouled a lot because I drove to the basket a lot. A lot of people tell you that was my thing. I mean, I could shoot it too, but people would tell you that I had a crazy first step that would lose people. In fact, I remember when we get ahead of a team in the fourth quarter and we start kind of like going to that four corner spread and passing the ball around, just trying to, milk the clock a little bit. The whole crowd in Millry would stand up because they knew that I was gonna, if I got the ball and somebody came out on me, I was gonna go around and I was gonna dunk on them, and nobody wanted to miss the dunk. But anyway, I missed one free throw from 10th grade to my senior year. And the reason it happened was because I had a coach named Bobby Carpenter in my 9th grade year. And there was a player who was a senior. His name was Doyle Utsey, and he could play and he could shoot. And he was a white guy. But the moral of the story is he would not let the basketball players leave unless they hit 10 free throws in a row. And Doyle knew that if I stepped up to the line first when they line us up, if I stepped up before him, I was going to go in the locker room before him. And then there was this thing in his mind where he thought he would let me go first and it would put the pressure on me, and he would think that I would choke and miss, and then he's going to come along and he's going to go in the locker room first. But it never happened like that. Whoever stepped up there first, we always went in the locker room first. So when I think about not working, not getting in the studio, I think about those kind of moments, even though, I know those a lot of years ago, but I've always been a self-motivating person and stuff like that. And I had to motivate myself to get in here tonight because this 99 Shades album is, it's 50 songs. It's an album with 50 songs. And when I say 50 songs, it's like I put hard work. I'm putting hard work into every one of them. which is I'm only 2 songs away. But I put hard work into every one of them to make them worthy of listening to. I mean, I didn't just like put together a bunch of trash or anything like that. But I did actually. I did the number 49 last night when I told you all about that in the last video. But I had to motivate myself to get in here, and I'm glad I did. And I just wanted to say hello as usual to all the fans and family that's listening, and and I know it's crazy, but man, it's funny. I would like to know every one of those 55,000 people that heard me sing last week. You know, it's the Facebook numbers as far as the people that's hearing my songs. It's. I remember when I told you all about it a couple of weeks ago when I was excited about it hitting 100,000 streams, and now it's around 55,000 a week. So I'm excited about that, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to keep motivating myself to get in here and get it out there. And another thing that's funny about that, when I say 55,000 people heard me sing, is, you know, and when I was in all those other bands and things like that, and gospel groups and things like that, you know, it was great. I enjoyed it, but there was a downside to it because you had to carry that heavy equipment, and everybody knows what I look like. At least my family and fans and the people from my hometown, everybody knew what I looked like as a kid. I mean, I was popping with muscles, and I was, you know, and I could run like a deer. But at the same time, I had to carry this equipment, you know, like in and out of the church, or in and out of the casinos, or in and out of the nightclubs that we played in. And sometimes we had, I remember when I was with the Spotlight, sometimes we had 2 gigs on a Saturday. We'd have 2 gigs. We'd be down in Pensacola playing at the Docks or something, or one of those other bars down there during the day, and then we'd get back to Mobile and have to play at a place like Legend or Bojangles or something like that. And so you're carrying this equipment now. You got to keep in mind at this time right here when I'm doing that right there, carrying that equipment. I mean, I'm getting close to 30 years old, so that's a lot of work. So that's a lot of work for you to have, I don't know, 50, 60 people to hear you sing. Well, of course, Pensacola, it'll be more, probably like 100 people, a little more, maybe. I don't know. But the bottom line is, you know, to hear 55 people, to say 55 people heard me sing last week, and I didn't have to lift any equipment. That is, especially at 61 years old, that is definitely a plus. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys and say hello, and just remind you, Brand Boy's still here, and Brand Boy is still working. So